Hello, hello, intuitive friends. Welcome back. Hello, intuitive friends. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Lexa Tarot, and I am a second-degree Reiki practitioner, as well as an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. And if you are interested in learning more about me, my client testimonials, or my credentials, just take a look down below in the description box. All my information is down below, as well as in the chat. Intuitive friends, for those of you who just subscribed to the channel, for those of you who are, visiting for the first time, or for those of you who are current subscribers, welcome back to the channel. My name is Lexa Tarot, and I am a second-degree Reiki practitioner, as well as an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. And if you are interested in learning more about me, my client testimonials, or my credentials, just take a look down below. Do want to mention the following, intuitive friends. All these messages are for entertainment purposes only. Please note that these messages that I'm doing right now at this moment, that I'm channeling, wait, hold on a second. Here we go. That I'm channeling right now at this moment in time are, of course, as always, for entertainment purposes only. Okay, intuitive friends. So this is how this session is going to go. I have one pending reading right now that I need to finish up because I was here earlier and I had a meeting. I had to jump on a call, so I'm done with that. So I'm going to finish Bake 215's reading, and then I'm going to jump into two more readings. Okay, so I'm only taking Bake 215, which I'm finishing up from round one, and I'm taking two more super chat lives. Okay, so just make sure that before you do anything, you take a look at the chat because let's see who's here. Shatira, welcome, my dear. So I have one more opening for a super chat. Okay, one more spot open for super chat live. Okay. All right, intuitive friends, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for being here. I greatly appreciate it. All right, just making sure I post this up. There we go. All right, intuitive friends. Just a reminder, let me just review the following. First and foremost, Mercury is in retrograde. So pardon whatever glitches may possibly occur during this live stream. I mean, it was crazy before. Round one was like, I don't know how I got through that, but I did. So intuitive friends, just know that I'm only taking one more. Hi, Takia. No, there's only one more spot open for the super chat live. Okay, so $10 or $9.99. Just take a look at the example. Okay, so you know how to word your question, your open-ended question. Okay, to maximize the most details that I can possibly channel for you. Okay, so I only have one more spot open. First, I'm going to finish up Bake 215's reading. Then I'm going to follow up with Shatira. So Shatira, let's see, my love. I'm feeling more career for you. Let me know what you think. Okay, Shatira? So I'm being called to focus on your career, your money back, ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. But you let me know if you want to do that, okay? It's okay, Takia, come back. Or hello, Rose Quartz. No worries, Takia, hurry up. Hurry up. Only one more. Okay, hello, Rose Quartz. Thank you, my love. So let me write Takia is the last one. Did I write tequila? Oh my God. No, not tequila, Takia. It keeps, oh, I know why it does that. Takia, you're the last one. Okay, so no worries. All right, so here we go. Girl, it kept saying tequila. I'm like, no, no, no. You guys want me to get banned off YouTube? Oh my God, I meant Takia. So Takia, no worries. Rose Quartz, welcome, my love. Okay, so the list is closed. Let me just write close list because we got lots going on. Okay, there we go. All right. So Takia, I'm waiting for you. Whenever you do your super chat live, you're more than welcome to join. All right. So intuitive friends, let me review the following as per usual. I have to. Okay, there we go. Hello, Takia. All right, let me write closed session. And then let me pin it. Hold on, hold on, hold on. There's lots to do here. Hold on, hold on. Closed session. All right. Beautiful. There we go. All right. We're going to replace pin. And there we go. Session is closed. All right, intuitive friends. Guess what? Whew. I had to take a couple days to recalibrate because there's just a lot going on. Not for me. Like I feel great. I'm doing well. I'm always thankful and great and grateful and attitude of gratitude, honey. But I just felt like, this Mercury in retrograde is pulling on like I need some rest. And this annoying glitches, the annoying glitches that we've got going on, intuitive friends, is driving me crazy. Okay, it really is. And then that doesn't help because then I feel like there's more interruptions. There's more glitches when I'm like, all right, intuitive friends, please read the legal disclaimer. I usually read it for you, but I just really want to jump into the readings because I feel like, woo, there's a lot coming through already. So let's get cracking. First, is I want to finish Bake 215's reading, which came from round 1. And Bake 215 asked to spill the tea on what my guides possibly want to tell me right now. Okay, so Bake 215, let's jump on that reading. Which, by the way, for those of you who are like, I don't see a super chat. Bake 215 already paid for it in round 1. So I said I'd come back and finish that one. All right, after Bake 215, who's up next? I have Shatira, which is going to be a career reading, then Rose Quartz, and then Takia. Okay, intuitive friends? All right, let's jump into the, and by the way, if there's a glitch, don't stress it. I'm coming back. Okay? So if and when, and hopefully we won't have many of them like we did in round 1, but if we do have a glitch, no worries. I will come back, okay? I'm not going to leave you stranded. If I do, it's beyond my control. It means that something is happening and we just got to wait it out, all right? All right, Bake 215, let's spill the tea on what your guys possibly want to tell you right now for entertainment purposes only. All right, Bake 215, let's see what's coming through for you, my dear. What your guides want to possibly tell you right now at this moment in time. Just a reminder, Bake 215, that these messages are for entertainment purposes only. And we have here Pyrite. Interesting, because Pyrite is a crystal that is very much connected to abundance and prosperity. So very, very interesting. So I feel here your guides are already wanting you to like focus on career, focus on your money back, focus on your passion, focus on your life purpose in regards to career. Okay, so let's see what it says here. Ha! What did I tell you? See, I'm not playing. We don't play here. Okay, this is the real deal. There you go. What does it say? Call on your core power. Okay? Your core power here says Pirate, aka Fool's Gold, is the metallic salt, and then it tells you all about that. It says it's blingy, it's confident vibes, it's often the perfect cube structure that aligns us with our nature's power to give energy to amazing, beautiful things. Okay? So it says here, who needs it? People who may feel lethargic or anyone sleeping on their potential. What did I say at the top of the reading here? I said, Pyrite is known to be a crystal to be used to focus and strengthen. So is citrine. Abundance, prosperity, career, money, all that amazing stuff, tangible abundance, okay, success. So I feel that your guides want you to be focusing on that. Okay. Now, it says here, whenever the energy to power through feels a little shrouded in dark matter, is saying use pyrite to bring you up and uplift you into the energy of not only confidence, but also to align you with the energy of the core or your core purpose or soul purpose or life purpose. Okay. All right. Let's jump into the reading here. What your guides, what's the question? What your guides possibly want to tell you right now at this moment in time. So what I do with this deck here is usually I pull out one or two, but I'm being told to shuffle and just pull out one and then shuffle and pull out another. Okay, so I'm gonna go with what I'm getting here. So this is one, and then let's take out the other one. What your guides want to tell you possibly here. And then this is the other one. I don't know what it is. I just put both of them there, but let's hop on it. All right. What your guides may potentially or possibly want to tell you right now, Big 215, you have the 5 of Pentacles. Didn't I tell you that this had a lot to do with career and money? I'm telling you, it's like I'm psychic or something, but here we go. 5 of Pentacles. You may have been feeling a little lackluster or feeling as if you are either being left out in the cold or like there's some type of like feeling like there's a lack. Now, this could be any of the following. These are just examples. This could be a lack of confidence. This could be a lack of resources. It could be connected to you feeling like I'm not getting enough work. I'm not getting enough hours. I'm not getting enough clients. I'm not getting enough tangible compensation. Okay. Whatever this is, I do, and I said it from the top of the reading, it is very much connected to your career. So I do feel here, let's see what this says. It says negative thoughts manifesting into real challenges, fears surrounding money. See, I told you. Reach out to others for assistance, poor timing for becoming self-employed. Okay. Now, this is talking about, like I said, I'm feeling is ka-ching, career related in some way, shape, or form. And it's so interesting because Shatira is going to have a reading and she put 2 questions there. And I'm like, for your reading, Shatira is career. Now, what's interesting is that I did not feel any like pre-energy for your reading, Big 215. But like I said, with Pyrate, there's this energy where your guides possibly want to tell you right now to really get it together, to feel more grounded, to be more focused, to let go of negative ideas, pessimistic thoughts, feeling like something is it. Now, granted, listen carefully. If there is something that's really not moving in career, then it is what it is, right? Like we know that if that is the issue, then it is the issue. But it doesn't mean that you need to focus on the lack. This is saying here that your guides are telling you, look at the angel right behind this person. The angel behind the person is reminding you you're not alone in whatever it is that you may be experiencing, but your guides want you to shift your thought pattern in a very different way. Be more optimistic rather than pessimistic. Even if there is a slow kind of moving in work or in the quantity of work or in the hours of work or in the customers or whatever your industry is, they're saying let's not focus on the lack. Let's not put a fear around, oh my gosh, I'm not going to have enough, fill in the blank. Now, does it have to do with work? It doesn't have to, but I do feel it is very much so for you. Okay. But there is this energy here of like, oh my gosh, what's to happen if I don't reach the goals that I have for myself? So there's a concern. Okay. Let's take a look at the next one. You have the 8 of Cups. Wow. Talk about validation confirmation. The 8 of Cups is emotionally disengaging from the energy that I just channeled for you. So what your guides want to tell you here possibly is get yourself out of the either thought pattern, the energy, or the focus here. Can you guys see me? Oh, did it stop again? Oh, no, it didn't. Okay. To emotionally disengage from the negative thoughts that may manifest into reality if you keep putting all the energy towards thinking something isn't enough, you are not enough, work is not enough, this is not enough, that's not enough, I'm not enough. You see? The 5 of Pentacles brings us to this energy of also feeling like we're being left out in the cold. And this is saying here, and your guides are reminding you to build up that confidence. Build up the confidence of recalibrating yourself into a higher vibration of abundance. Your mind, your focus, your heart, your soul, everything abundant, even if that may not be the case right now. Okay? And they're asking you to emotionally disengage from this 5 of Pentacles energy, the lack. Okay? 8 of Cups says here, the need to move on. There is something that you may be emotionally hanging on to. Okay? That could be adding to the energy of that 5 of Pentacles. So this is saying here to you, Big 215, that your guides want to possibly tell you, let go of not only the feeling of lack or negative thoughts, but also let go of anything that you've been holding on to that may not be coming out the way that you expected or that you thought. So there could be some false assumptions, some micromanaging, like some thought, like you thought it was going to be in this way and it's moving in, you thought it was going to go right and it's moving left. So they want you to move on from this energy. They also want, there's more here, but there's more coming through. It's like I'm being pulled in two directions. They also want you to continue to put in the effort and the consistency of whatever it is that you have planted in your dreams and goals, in career or finance, that you may be feeling like it's not moving. Okay? Things are going to flourish at their own time, but just as long as you're watering and being consistent with whatever it is that you want to grow in abundance, okay? This is saying here, keep your eye on the prize. I'm also getting here, it says seeking more from life than what you are experiencing. Okay. So your guides are saying here, and again, validation confirmation with the Five of Pentacles, you may be seeking more than what you are experiencing right now. And you may be interpreting that seeking more than what you're experiencing now as something isn't working, when in reality, this is just saying keep putting in the patience, the work, and the consistency to whatever it is that you're planting. Don't stop believing. Haha, there's a song. Don't stop believing. Don't stop pushing yourself forward, because things may be a little bit on the rocky side, or you may be feeling less lackluster. Okay. This is saying a spiritual quest, choosing to make big life changes, a change of priorities, or even leaving home, or changing of residence. It could be of residence or of where you may be working at. Okay. So again, your guys are here saying you may be at the brink of making another big life choice or a big shift and move because of this energy right here. So you may be experiencing that. Your guides are possibly telling you here right now to connect with your confidence. Solar plexus energy, super important here with 528 hertz frequency, connecting with your inner drive, your inner will, and your confidence to come out of this energy and leave it behind with the um, Eight of Cups. Okay. All right, let's see here what else your guides are wanting to. Yeah, we'll do this one. Okay, what your guides are possibly telling you right now at this moment in time. Maybe you've been on the fence on your next potential move in regards to career. Maybe you need to plant several, you know what they say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. This could be telling you to diversify your work portfolio or diversify something here, because I'm getting nest egg, especially with this right here. Okay. You may be building slowly, and you may need to, or you may feel like, well, I need to do other things to, to bring something a little bit more fast paced. All right. You may feel like the building is going a little slower than expected. Bake 215. Let's see what else. What other tea is being spilled here in regards to what your guides possibly want to tell you right now? Freedom. Liberate yourself from the concerns and from the stress. Emotionally disengage from whatever this may be talking about. I already channeled that message, but also other things that may have you feeling lackluster. Freedom says freedom comes from inner liberation. Does that sound familiar? Because the Eight of Cups is that inner liberation. Cups is all about the emotions. So leaving behind emotions that are not allowing you to build, emotions that have you stuck in the feeling of lack, or in the thought of lack, or in the energy of I'm lacking, or I'm not enough, or something isn't moving. So you liberating yourself from that energy. And I'm pointing here because although this is pyrite, I do feel that this pyrite here is talking even further about that. Because if you take a look at this pyrite crystal, you have this big rock here. By the way, it's the pyrite, but I'm telling you how I'm seeing it clairvoyantly, okay? Not visually with my physical eyes, how I'm seeing it with my intuitive eye, third eye. I see this as like a mountain, and I see this block as your building block. And there may be this energy here that either you may be thinking about, you may be feeling, or whatever this is, but your guides want to tell you to release that hold, or to release that mindset, or to release that sense of wanting to give up on something. Okay? So don't give up on your life purpose in regards to career and in regards to, hold on a second. Here we go. Okay. So you need to liberate yourself from this energy. All right, give me more clarity here on the Eight of Cups. Spill the tea here on what Big 215's guys is possibly wanting to tell Big 215 right now at this moment in time. Let's see what's coming through for you, my dear. Let's give you more clarity. So that's how this, reflection. Your guides are saying you're thinking a lot about something, but it's not the thinking that's the issue. It's the emotions that are connected to the thinking. So in other words, if you're thinking and you're being positive, then that's great. That's phenomenal. But if you're thinking and it's trapping you into this energy of the lack mindset, or saying to yourself, something isn't moving the way that I want or at the speed that I want, or you know what, that project that I thought that I was going to be on, I'm not, they pick someone else, or you know what, the hours are becoming a little less, you know what, this, that, and the other, whatever this is saying that the reflection upon that is kind of in a way intensifying this energy in some way, shape, or form. So you have liberation twice in your reading. And twice in your reading, you have a person who is reflecting. So your guides want to possibly tell you here that right now at this moment in time, there's this energy of being very deep in thought, completely normal and completely understandable. Because right now we're going through a Mercury retrograde. So this is part of is what is expected. Okay. So this Mercury retrograde, which is going to end by the end of March, technically March 20th, but there could be more of that shadow energy kind of popping up, may have you in this lackluster type of thought, energy, or mindset. And so this reflection is adding more anxiety or adding more, whether it's negative thoughts or whether it's the thought of lack, to what you may be going through right now at this moment in time. Okay. Let's get more here with this pyrite crystal. Give me more here. Don't forget, intuitive friends, drop a rose in the comment section, as well as here in the chat if these messages have resonated, are resonating. And if they don't resonate now, they may resonate at a later time. Let's see here. Give me more detail here on that pyrite, which again, I'm getting like, you have the Midas touch. Don't allow your mind to get you out of that mindset that you have a special skill, ability, or talent that is very unique. And there's this Midas touch energy that I'm getting here. Wow. You saw that. You may be going through a sense of transformation when it comes to career or when it comes to finances. But don't worry. It's just a temporary thing. Madam Butterfly says transformation. You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessing. There could be a blessing in disguise in whatever it is that may feel a little stuck, a little not moving, a little kind of slower, okay, and blossoming and blooming, just like these daffodils. Daffodils may be a symbol here in some way, shape, or form. So if I were you, I would find out what the meaning of the daffodil is spiritually. Because I'm getting, is this a daffodil? It sure is. There you go. Okay. So there may be even more messages in regards to that. Allow your intuition to guide you, and also know that when we are in that Five of Pentacles energy, intuition may be a little staticky. All right, so you have this cat here. There's a little bit of the statickiness because getting too caught up in either negative thoughts, or in things that are what's not going right can kind of in a way create a static electricity. So again, there may be a blessing in disguise on something that may not be moving in the way or in the manner that you thought or you set out for it to be. Like I said at the top of the reading, I feel like there's something that's not moving, and either one or two things. Because something is moving, it's making you feel a certain way in regards to finances, career, okay? And you liberating yourself from that mindset, or not reflecting so much on the what's not working, or too much on the past, or anxious about the future. This is talking about you letting that go. Let's get to the next deck here. Let's see here how your guides may be. You have two more decks here. You have this one and two more, okay? And then we're going to end the reading. But let's see here. How are your guides, in a way, what else do they want to tell you here in regards to encouraging you? Or how are they encouraging you here as they are telling you right now what they want you to know? What your guides want you to tell you right now? How are they telling you this? Let's see. Because I'm feeling it's like this deck, it's like they want me to say, like, this is how we're helping Big 215. So it's the same question, but there's something else that they want to bring through. And they have here the secret, the unknown, mysteries, wonders. Now, interesting, that's the number 40. And if we drop that 0, it's the number 4. They want, okay, Dawn Watcher. Okay. That I wasn't expecting that. I was just going to put this down. So Dawn, no wonder. Wow. Okay. Wait, hold on a second. Because there's a lot coming through. I was telling you about that number 4, right? Your guides want to tell you right now at this moment in time that stability is key for yourself. Your focus on stability is super important because there's a talent, a skill, or an untapped potential that needs to be maximized and open to the fullest. That's number 1. There's more that needs to unfold in regards to your talent, your natural abilities, and your potential. And why it's important for you to liberate yourself or to walk away, emotionally disengage from this 5 of Pentacles energy, whether it's that you're creating it by staying stagnant or staying connected to something that's emotionally connected to your heart, or whether there could be something possibly right now at this moment in time actually happening that could be delaying it. They want you to know that you have an amazing untapped potential that you need to bring to the world, that you need to share with others in whatever industry it is that you work in. I don't know what industry you work in. I don't know what you do for a living. I don't know what career path. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that there's something more here. Okay? It's like growing, but it's like underneath the soil, right? You know how the seed starts unraveling and all this growth happens, but you don't see it on the top, but there's a lot happening in the bottom. That's how this is feeling energetically for me. Very much connected to this daffodil. As a matter of fact, because I can't, there has to be a reason why they keep telling me that the daffodil, spiritually, there is a connection here. All right. Spiritual connection to daffodil. I'm telling you, let's see what this says. Ha! Told ya. Listen carefully. And you could even look for this on Google because that's what I'm doing right now. Daffodils and this is why they keep telling me daffodil, daffodil, daffodil. Daffodils holds a deep spiritual significance because the symbol, it symbolizes rebirth, it symbolizes new beginning, and it symbolizes hope. They're telling you not to lose hope. Okay? And the reason why is because daffodils are largely due to being among the first flowers to blossom after the winter. So again, you may be feeling spiritually here, or again, finances, work, whatever, that you are in lack. Remember, winter is cold. Winter, nothing grows. Winter is kind of like cold and stagnant. Daffodils don't grow in the winter, but they grow as soon as spring comes in. So this is telling you there's a renewal that needs to occur within you. And that renewal is very much connected to you liberating yourself emotionally, mentally, energetically from the thought of lack. Okay? Hope and resilience, that's also part of it. Divine promise as well. Prosperity and good luck. Inner reflection. Due to the Greek myth of Narcissus, that's a god or a goddess, they are sometimes associated to self-love. Okay? You need to pour into yourself to be more in, like I said, there's an untapped potential within you that they want you to focus on. Very interesting message there. And now we see why I kept getting that message of daffodil. I had no clue until, like, I didn't know the symbolism of daffodil, but now I know. There you go. Now, what's interesting also is that you have the number 4 here in 40 in secret. And guess what? Here with the Dawn Watcher, you have the number 13. 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. Interesting, because 4, if we look at it from the aspect of the months of the calendar, the number 4 lands in spring. And spring is the energy or the time where these daffodils should be growing. Isn't that interesting? I'm also getting 4 in regards to stability. What is stability usually connected to? Money, finance, career. Okay, again, is coming through. Again, the following message is coming through where you're not alone in this process that you may be experiencing right now. You may feel alone, but you're not. Okay. Not only that, but that was validated here with this card, which says caretaker, guardian, support. There's a new horizon here opening up for you. And you need to emotionally disengage from whatever fears, concern, or stress or worries that you're having right now, and really look at the bright side of something. Sometimes doors close so that you can pivot into a direction where you can create a new opportunity for yourself. Hence, the butterfly. Okay. And also, butterfly being that butterfly is a symbol of new beginnings. And sure enough, the astrological new year begins with Aries. And Aries starts in March, but also continues into April, which is also the number 4 or the month 4. Okay. Now, what's interesting is the month 4, April, we have the other half of Aries and the beginning of Taurus, which you have here as Pentacles. Pentacles is earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. However, Taurus energy, or during Taurus season, you also have daffodils growing because we have first half of Taurus season is April, second half of Taurus season is in May. Validation confirmation here, okay? So that being super, super important. Now I'm going to channel the messages on where your mind needs to. Oh, no, no, no. Can you guys hear me? Are you guys here with me? Hopefully you were able to hear what I said about the 4, which, like I said, okay, good. Thank gosh. Because I was like, that's a valuable piece here. Okay, that's coming through. Thank you so much, Beverly 608. So did you get that, Bake 215? April, May, super important something happening here. Okay. Now it's interesting because your guides are saying here, and this is amazing. It's always touching. Like, Mercury is going to be in retrograde until the ending of March. Technically, it's supposed to be March 20th, but we're going to get that shadow period, which is going to bring us all the way to the end of March. So you may be in this energy till the end of March. However, when April begins, that's when we're going to have that nice direct energy. Okay. And then there's going to be this kind of lifting of that. All right, let's take a look at what mindset your guides want you to have here. And then the next reading is going to be Shatira. All right, Shatira, sorry that wait, hold on. I don't like my cards to be all over there. Yeah, okay. I have a little bit of type A personality, so just a smidgen. Something flipped over, and it is, I trust in myself to make what? To make the right choices. Okay, you got to trust yourself. You got to trust your intuition. That's what I'm pointing to, that little kitty right there, to that cat. Okay. Last but not least, this is the end of your reading. Bake 215, I hope these messages have resonated for you. I hope they've given you clarity here. There's all these messages that are even behind the messages that are here, which is quite interesting. It's like they're coming like cling, 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 cling. Right when I finish one, channeling one, the other one is right behind. And when these 2 cards came in, I got a super huge flood of like download right away. I had to like take a moment and just like, okay, let me break it down part by part. All right, let's see what messages here, guides, do you have here for Bake 215? What possibly do you want to tell Bake 215 right now at this moment in time based on this beautiful channeling of reading here? I mean, what a powerful reading. I know, like sometimes make the most of it. Make use of your time and all your resources. Look for more knowledge or appliance. Learn from your mistakes and also from others to build up more skills and confidence. I'm going to give myself an applause here. I need another background, whatever. What did I say from the top of your reading, Big 215? Confidence, pyrate. If I were you, I would get a little small pyrate and just keep it in your pocket. To remind you, remember that I said untapped potential. Didn't I say your guides are telling you with this card right here, there's a lot of secret untapped potential within you that you may not be realizing right now. Okay? They don't want you to feel hopeless. They want you to feel like, yes, I got this. I know I'm going through a rough patch, or I might be going through a rough patch, but there is a new beginning that is coming right behind. So don't lose hope, okay? Again, it says make use of your time and all the resources. Look for more knowledge or appliance. Learn from the mistakes and also from others to build up more skills and confidence. There you go. Cannot make this up here. All right. That being said, thank you so much, Bake 215. Thank you for your generosity and for all the questions that you wanted to get more clarity on for entertainment purposes only. Hopefully, these messages have resonated for you. And the tingling on the top of my crown chakra is like, woo. All right. All right. right, Big 215, thank you so much for your love, your loyalty, and support, and I'll see you next time. Up next, we have Shatira, but intuitive friends, those of you who are here, welcome. I know I closed the session because I actually had a round one and there was a lot of messages. A lot of you came out, and thank you so much always for your generosity and for coming out. And, I know this part of the readings are not paid. Are not free. They're, paid, right? But thank you so much for, tuning in and doing these, right? These readings also. That really means a lot to me. It shows me that you trust me and my guides and my natural gifts that I have here to share with others, like you guys believe in it. You know what I mean? So thank you for your support always. All right, intuitive friends. Up next, we have Shatira. Listen, intuitive friends, take a look at your March readings. Okay, March readings is all pick a card. Literally, all of the signs have pick a cards. Let your intuition guide you. There's a lot going on astrologically, which is why I wanted to go in the direction of pick a card. It's the same amount. I still do 12 readings, but it's a different way of doing the 12 readings, right? So if you really like the format for that pick a card reading, give me a thumbs up because that lets me know that you like it. And maybe I'll do the same for April. But you guys got to let me know with those thumbs up. Okay. Because that's what's going to let me know if I should keep doing it in that way and let you or your intuition guide you to that. Okay. I might actually even put a poll. So in the community tab for you guys to let me know how you enjoyed those March readings. All right, intuitive friends. Up next, we have Shatira. But before we jump to Shatira's reading, for those of you who are new to the channel and are visiting, my name is Lexa Tarot. I am a second-degree Reiki practitioner, as well as an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. And if you are interested in learning more about me, my client testimonials, and or my credentials, and yes, I do have credentials. They're all there for you on my website. Okay. Please feel free to click on those links. Okay. That being said, what a beautiful reading here for Big 215. Very, very nice. Let's give a round of applause to Butterfly. Butterfly, thank you so much for being here, my dear. Thank you for volunteering. Greatly appreciate it. And those of you who are members, okay, and I'm talking about tier number 2 and tier number 3 members, stay tuned because I'm going to place the 10-minute monthly topic reading soon so that you guys can vote, okay? So don't forget, stay tuned for that because that's coming up. All right, we have Shatira, which is a question about career, okay? Now, what's interesting, Shatira, is that I'm getting career. So we're going to do this. I'm getting this. Hold on one second. Hold on. Because there's something about your guides coming through saying that they're helping you with something here with career. So I want to see what that may be about. And you know me, I listen to what I'm getting. Hold on. Okay. All right. So let's hop on this. All right, Shatira. Welcome, my dear. Thank you so much. And Shatira, let me take a... Oh, by the way, let's review the list. So after Shatira, we have Rose Quartz. And after Rose Quartz, we have Takia. Okay? So thank you so much, intuitive friends. Let's see here. Shatira, your question was, what could be possibly going on with my career? Okay. So let's see here. What may be possibly going on with your career? Shatira, just a reminder that these messages are for entertainment purposes only. All right, let's see what's going on, Shatira, what your guides want you to know. Thank you, Bake215, for your beautiful roses. I see 4 roses, so that means that these messages resonated for you, okay? So good luck on your journey, okay, Bake215? All right, let's see what else is coming through here. Shatira, what is possibly going on in regards to your career? I'm hearing rock solid, but let's see. You have here the one who resists. Interesting. With the one who changes. Shatira, listen carefully. I feel here, and in regards to career, I don't know. I'm just going to channel what I'm picking up. I'm feeling here that there are people who like you feel like maybe like you're close to, that have your back, and then that there may be either, I don't know if this is a team, staff, someone, your colleagues or something that you may feel maybe a little bit, I don't know if your intuition has kind of given you an alert, like just be careful with so and so. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's been the case, but there's something here that you may be feeling intuitively, that either there's this energy of just kind of like just keeping an eye out for a specific person or a group of people here that, and I don't know, because I feel like some type of backstabbing here, okay? Or gossipy energy here. So jealous, gossipy energy. There may be something here in regards to your feelings are justified in regards to someone or something or a specific situation, circumstance, or an event. But I feel it's either a group of people or a person who your intuition is dead on. Like, bing! I'm seeing, like, you know, that target symbol in the emojis? It's like, boom, you feel exactly like there is something going on with either that clique of people or with that particular person. Okay? So you are justified in feeling that way. And you know, it's so funny because remember, you wrote 2 questions, and I said your guides are telling you to focus on the career. This is the reason why. They want you to watch your back. Not in a fear mongering type of energy, like, oh my gosh. No, just be aware. Be aware and be ready to speak up when the time comes, or if the time comes that you need to set some things straight with facts, not emotion. Okay? Facts, not emotion. Okay? So the one who changes here says transformation, change, and enchantment. There may be an opportunity either for you to change. I don't know if it's change shifts. I don't know if it's change departments. But there's some type of change here. This could be physical change within your job, or maybe even where you work right now at this moment in time. Or this change could be talking about you choosing to no longer keep quiet, or not that you were before, but not keeping quiet on something that you may be noticing. Now, interesting here, the noticing is coming from your intuition. I know it says the one who changes, but if you look at this picture, there is a picture of someone holding their throat, but not kind of like not holding it, but blocking it, right? And so at times here, you may feel very much like biting your tongue, holding your tongue, because you're observing something, or you're listening to your intuition telling you something here. Whether it's your third eye chakra, whether it's your crown chakra, like you may get a message like, hey, just keep an eye out on this, or, you know, whatever. So if I were you, I would Number one, if you are planning a change of environment, a change of work, a change of place, a change of department, a change of shifts, whatever it may be, don't tell anyone. Just do what you got to do. It's like one day, like, and I'm not saying for you to do this. I'm saying if you've been contemplating this is coming across, keep it quiet. Just do whatever you feel intuitively that you need to do because your feelings are justified in that particular situation connected to work or career. I don't know what that is, but I'm telling you, I'm feeling jealousy, gossip, that type of chitter chatter. Okay, so you let me know in the description. I mean, not in the description, in the chat if that is aligning with that energy because that's what I'm picking up here. Okay, there's some sense here of wanting to backstab. So just be in awareness, not in fear, but just in awareness of dotting those I's, crossing those T's, and making sure that everything that you do, especially right now during this Mercury in retrograde, that you double check. You double check information, double check conversation, double check any information that you are receiving, whether it's through a conversation, whether it's through a text, whether it's through an email, whether it's you're being told, whether it's whatever. This is telling you verify not only the source of information, but also verify the information itself. So make sure that whatever it is that you said is being understood by the person you said whatever was said to, and that vice versa. Whatever someone tells you, that you relay back. Okay, so what you're telling me is da 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 da. Have that person say it back to you. Okay, and you doing the same thing, you saying back to the person as well. So it's like you're having a conversation, super important, right? At work, and you're like, hey, so and so, can you do me a favor and do X, Y, and Z? And they go, yeah, sure. And they're like, okay, I just want to make sure I know, because sometimes, people think weird when we're asking them to recast what we just said, but we know intuitively why we're saying what we're saying. You know what I mean? Say, can you just do me a favor? Could you just relay what I just asked you? Just to make sure that we're both on the same page and pay attention. Because if they can't relay the same exact thing you said, then that again, you just say, it's okay. Just let me just know that what I meant to say or what I want, whatever it is. So there could be a little bit of staticky communication going on. So your guides are saying the one who changes, there may be some changes that you've been thinking about or that you've been contemplating on, or that for whatever reason, this energy here that is justified. Okay. And maybe you've been resisting on doing that change because you may have felt like, oh, it's in my head. That's not true. It's maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just kind of overthinking. No, this is saying you're not overthinking. You're on point with whatever it is that you're picking up. Okay, my dear? So there goes that. Okay, let's get more information here in regards to your career. Okay, look what you have. By the way, that's something that just jumped out. And you have tourmalinized quartz. And it says, restore your perfect light. Allow yourself to connect with your inner oracle. This is the throat chakra, blue all around. But remember, the throat chakra is not only the things that we voice in the 3D, but the things that we also hear in the ethereal. So there's this talk about communication between you and your intuition. Okay. So this is all about you restoring that clear channel between you and your intuition, or you and your guides. I told you that I was picking up like your guides coming through with this reading with work here for you. What it is with both the negativity fighting power of black tourmaline and the amplifying clarity of clear quartz, tourmaline quartz, exactly what it sounds like, might just be the best stone to bring along in that often discussed deserted island scenario. You may be feeling a little bit left out here due to this either person or group that you feel are that you're just not feeling really good to be working around. You may feel like a little, that's what I was checking. Remember that I said the repressed energy of like not saying something, not speaking up? You might be holding your tongue or biting your tongue. But listen, what's important here is if this makes sense to you in regards to that change that I was picking up, and if it's something you're going to do, you don't need to discuss it with anyone other than obviously your supervisor or whatever, if it's like a shift, a floor, whatever. But that's that negativity that I was picking up here. So it's the negativity that I was picking up with gossip, with that kind of jealousy or backstabbing type of energy, with the clarity of that communication that I was getting. So that makes a lot of sense that you end up getting terminalized quartz. Okay. This says here, you may be getting some type of like, I don't know, but you may listen, you may get something, you may be kind of like, I'm getting something like digestive. You may feel it in your gut. Maybe that's what it is. Make sure that you add extra shielding for your immune support system also, because I'm getting here like, you know, like flu-like symptoms, but more like fatigue. Okay, so I don't know where that's coming from, but I'm just channeling that for you. It says it's time to shed light on the vices, victim, and vampires in your life. I kid you not. I can't make this up. Look, it says it right there. I don't know if you could see it. Damn it. Can you see it? It literally, it's underlined. Let me bring it a little close. There you go. Vampires in your life. I told you. Wait. Where is it? There it is. The vampires in your life. Can you see it? Wait, hold on. There you go. You see that? That's this energy I was picking up at the top of the reading. That chitter chatter. That chitter chatter, that gossip, that kind of your intuition is giving you. It's giving you the feelings here something isn't quite right. Okay. All right, let's get more clarity here in regards to the one who resists or this energy here of feeling justified. Let's see what's coming through for you. Give me more clarity in regards to that energy. Clarity on she who resists. Caring connections. You can go to either whatever change that you're doing, and go to like connect more to people who like you rather than people who are energy vampires. You see, there are people here who may not see healer of the ages. Yeah, it's just coming across as like healing that energy by just like either changing, transferring. I don't know what that is. I don't know if you're thinking about shifting or change at work or career, but it's coming across where you're going to be focusing more on a place or an environment or staff or colleagues or however this may be, like a network that's more supportive, or a company or an institution, an organization that's more supportive, so that you can, in a way, kind of, there's this healing of this energy of those energy vampires. Very interesting. Door to spirit. What did I tell you? I told you that this is you connecting more to your intuition, to you being quiet, but opening your ears to not only the external, whatever may be going on around you, but also what's going on in the ethereal, meaning your connection to your guides, listening to the messages that you're getting, the sign, symbol, synchronicities, the again, I'm getting something with having to do with the stomach. So either gut level feeling or just you kind of, you know, paying attention to maybe the draining energy, or that you feel kind of like you feel like it's like draining to have to go to work or to have to go to work around these people here. All right, let's see what else is coming through for this one. And then we have, ooh, blossoming and bright future. Yeah, that change, if you are thinking about a change or you've been talking about a change, may allow you to blossom better in another environment. There's where we have caring connections. It says blossoming, you are getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process and don't give up. And then here you have bright future. Stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. Yeah, your guides don't want you to stress out about this. They just want you to be in awareness of it. All right. And we're going to wrap up here. Give me 1 second. Let's do 2 more, and then we're going to wrap up with, where's that deck that I just had a little while ago? Give me 1 second. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, perfect. All right, let's see what's coming through in regards to career. Ooh, animals. You understand animals and communicate with them intuitively. Trust your inner guidance, as animals are part of your life's work. Now, animals, I'm getting here as spirit animal, okay? All right. There's a sense of like paying attention if you start dreaming with a specific animal or start seeing a specific animal time and time and time and time again. Okay? Because that could be a message, that could be a sign, symbol, synchronicity from the universe, that a spirit animal, like there's a symbolism there. Okay? So if all of a sudden you start bumping into, I don't know, crows or ravens, crows or ravens or whatever, and you just see this like everywhere you look, it's like not everywhere, but you know, you're kind of, there's a quick frequency there, like often, okay? And you're like, let me find out what the crow and raven, what that the spiritual meaning is. Or let's say like all of a sudden you start seeing like elephant, like, you know, you read a magazine and you see an elephant, or you're looking at something, you bump into an elephant, or, you know, and it just keeps coming up, elephant, elephant, elephant. There could be some animal spirit connected to that animal in regards to this reading having to do with career. All right, let's take a look. So I'm getting animal spirit. Don't be surprised if you dream of your animal spirit. You could also ask your animal spirit to come through for you. It says the power of prayer. Now, if prayer isn't something that you feel comfortable, it could be the power of intention, the power of manifestation, or if you're okay with prayer, then the power of prayer. It says, give this situation, meaning this whole entire situation here about the backstabbing or the feeling like something's not right with someone, the energy vampires, and all this that came through. It says, give this situation to either God, creator, the universe, your higher self, or the ethers for uplifting and healing, and be open to miracles. Okay, let me explain something to you. There may be an opportunity that may come up. You may say to yourself, or maybe you have said to yourself, You know, I don't know if I should request a transfer or if I should start looking somewhere else. Because let's just pretend, you may say to yourself, because this isn't the time where they usually hire people, or this isn't the time where maybe I'm not going to get it even if I ask. This is telling you not to think in that way. Don't put a stop to something, because whatever it is that you want to change, spirit, the ethers, your guides, your guardian angel are going to help you in the process. Wherever there isn't a way, the universe is going to make a way for you. Okay? So don't shortchange your ability to make some changes that you feel or you're being called to make here. This is saying the ethers or the heavens, unlimited resources, love, and answers are waiting or awaiting your prayers. Be sure to act upon divine guidance. Again, like I said at the top of the reading, your intuition. Okay, again, connecting with spirit, connecting with your guides. Okay, you're not alone in whatever this is. Even your spirit animal, if you have one already, perfect time for you to connect with that spirit animal. It says, be sure to act upon the divine guidance the universe, God, creator, fate, or your higher self gives to you in response to your prayers. So pay attention. There may be some miracles or sign symbol synchronicities coming through. All right. Last but not least, and we're going to end the reading here for you, Shatira, with this deck. And let's see what your guides want you to say. I know this wasn't a guide reading, but I was getting that here, that this is very much connected to something connected to work, and now it makes sense why this is coming through. Let's see, last and final card here for you with your career, and you have here 1111. What? 1111. And what does this card here say? It says, be sure to act upon divine guidance the universe, God, creator, or destiny gives you in response to your prayers. You may be getting a response to something that you've been thinking about through this reading of career, and maybe you weren't even expecting it. And so that may be your ding, 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 ding alert, your bell. Okay. Okay, so they're telling you, pay attention. It says angels are watching. Didn't I say that you're not alone in this situation, especially with this either backstabbing or energy vampires or people who are just like jealous or gossipy or whatever? Angels are watching and guiding you to bring out your highest self. Most importantly, keep up your good work and have faith. There you go. Shatira, I hope these messages have been insightful. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, share, continue to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. Now, remember, you have 1111 here. So you may see 1111 or you may see twos or fours, okay? So ones, twos, or fours as confirmation validation here for you. I hope these messages have been insightful. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, share, continue to subscribe. Share my YouTube channel, link with like-minded souls. And Shatira, thanks so much for coming out here tonight. Up next, we have... Oh, Takia, don't forget to add your question there when the time comes, okay, my dear? Because I don't see a question there. So after Shatira, we just finished Shatira's reading, we have Rose Quartz. So Rose Quartz is next. But before I jump into Rose Quartz reading, Intuitive friends, I want to say, for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Lexa Tarot, and I am a second-degree Reiki practitioner, as well as an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. And if you are interested in learning more about me, my client testimonials, or my credentials, just take a look down below in the description box. All my information is there, as well as my website. Okay. So there we go. All right, intuitive friends, don't forget to take a look at your March readings. It is a pick a card reading for this month. I wanted to do something different here for all of you. Hopefully you are enjoying it. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up, because that lets me know that these messages or that, especially for those March readings, that format is something that you like, okay, or that you're interested in continuing to get on the channel, okay? So don't forget to give me a thumbs up and drop a rose in the comment section if it makes sense or if it resonates. Don't forget, Intuitive friends, back in December, I did the quarterly readings for you, okay? Quarterly readings for 2026. Take a look at that. We're still in the first quarter. So see what the first quarter has for you in that 2026 astrological new year. Okay. Let me see something here. You wrote to Shatira wrote, yes, it's a group of people. Okay, there you go. I've been thinking of a change. All right, so bingo. You just got validation confirmation on that, my love. You just got validation confirmation on that energy that you were picking up. All right. Don't be surprised if you start seeing 1111 or 222 or 444 more frequently, because your guides were saying about giving you sign, symbol, synchronicities. So there you go. If you can get your hands on a tourmaline quartz, that's great. If not, don't worry. Get yourself a little tourmaline crystal. They're tiny, something very small. You could just put it in your pocket or wear it as a bracelet, whatever, or as a charm or whatever. But black tourmaline is super good to repel any lower vibrational energies that are, it repels all that energy. It brings it, what is it? Take it back to sender. That's that type of energy there. All right. I remember having a dream about a black crow. What? And that's the same thing that popped into my third eye. I saw a crow or a raven. I wasn't sure which. I get both of them confused. If you know for sure it was like a black crow, then look to see what that means, because there could be, I know it's about intuition, and I know it's about like the inner shaman within ourselves, but that may be your protective animal, like your spirit animal. Okay. All right, intuitive friends. Up next, we have Rose Quartz, and let's take a look here at Rose Quartz. What is your question? I heard from Tony today. What is possibly going on with the future of our relationship? Okay, so let's see. What's the possible future here? Future seems very open-ended, Rose Quartz, but do you want to do like the first 6 months or something like that? Or what could be unfolding here the first 6 months? Future seems like very like open-ended, and anything can pop up. That's like, I'd rather kind of bring it a little bit closer to some type of, I don't know, months or something here for the next 6 months within this year. You could also do that too within 2026. Okay, so let me know what. Do you want to do a 2026? Because then that gives us a bigger opening. Or do you want to do like the next, where are we? We are in March, April, May, June, July, August, September. The next 6 months, and it'll go up to September, around there. You let me know which one, next 6 months or 2026. Okay, so let me know. Okay, perfect. Let's do within 2026. All right, so Rose Quartz, thank you so much for being here. And let's take a look here. What is possibly going on with Tony and Rose Quartz in regards to their relationship within 2026? Now, remember that I read from this direction. So that just popped out for you. And there were 2 cards there. I don't know what the second one is, but the first one here, and by the way, thank you so much. You have here cross paths, a mismatch of intentions, clashing perspectives, a journey misled seeks alignment. Okay. listen carefully. Don't know what's going on. Don't know what conversation Tony and you had today. But you need to be very clear about your intentions in regards to this connection with Tony and Tony with you. Okay? Why? Because there could be here a little bit of a mismatch. One person is hearing one thing, another person is assuming another. So making sure that both of you are on the same wavelength, because if not, there's going to be a little bit of not only friction, but there could also be a little bit of stagnation of the growth of the connection. So cross paths, making sure, are we on board on the same blank, 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 and blank? Only you know what that is. Okay? So you got to make sure that that is super in alignment and that there's no energy here of stringing anyone along, you stringing him along or him stringing you along. Okay, just for the sake of holding a space until someone else comes along. Okay, so you got to avoid that energy. One way to avoid it is to have a very clear communication about what the expectations are, whether this is future, like marriage, if both of you are on board with that. If it's not marriage, is it a long-term commitment? Is it children? Is it at this point, this is coming across as like two people who at this point should be very clear on the intentions of the future of their connection. Because if the intentions are not clear, then there could be here some type of mismatch. And if there was a breakup, separation, or divorce in the past or recent past, it will soon enough happen again. So to avoid that, this is talking about having a very clear conversation about what is that you or how you envision your future in the connection with Tony and how Tony envisions the future in the connection with you. So it is a clear kind of like, okay, I knew going in that this is a blank, 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 blank. So there are no surprises, okay? Because if not, it's going to be cross paths. There's going to be a, okay? So that's what's coming through. The next one, eternal renewal. In the cycle of life, understanding breeds hope for what comes next. What did I just say? Validation, confirmation. Super important to have a very clear conversation of what it is. So it's not about what does the future hold for Tony and me. It's more about, well, what is it? What type of future do you want to have with Tony? And what type of future does Tony want to have with you? And in order for both of you to understand the clarity and the intensity and the seriousness of those steps, you need to have a very clear picture of what you as an individual, Rose Quartz, value and see as a potential happily ever after or future for yourself. And do your self goals align with the lifestyle that Tony has, and vice versa? Tony looking at his lifestyle and saying, okay, this is exactly what I want to, this is what I interpret as commitment. This is what, whatever his view is on that. And does his lifestyle, or I should say, does your lifestyle align with his lifestyle? Because this could be two people that, yes, okay, could have very intense energy and love for each other, but there could be outside circumstances here that are not spoken about clearly or not discussed clearly enough to really look at something, not just in the now, but in the future. So not so much about where's the future of our connection going. This is, well, what do you want to have as a future of your connection? Because this is saying, if the person, which is Tony, that you are talking with and in a relationship now, if that message isn't clear here, the connection is not going to be clear. Same with Tony. Okay. So at this point, it's more about the unfolding of this relationship is in the palm of your hand and Tony's hand in regards to communicating effectively what it is that you both see yourselves first individually and then second together as a couple, creating and growing together. Are the visions in line? Yes, there could be two people who have two different um, life goals. They could be two different people, like you and Tony. You could be two different people who may have, their own lives. But here's the thing: what is the joint vision? Because we could have differences, right? But if our differences are very different than that pinpoint, than that goal that you want to reach, then two people are going to not, there's a mismatch here. And that's what this was talking about. So you need to figure out, and that could be an assignment, a homework, okay, here for the both of you. Okay, what do you envision in regards to lifestyle? Lifestyles is singular people, lifestyles as a unit. That's something super important. Goals: what are your individual goals, and how are those individual goals still connected to the one goal that both of you have to be together in a relationship? Those are conversation that need to come through. And if there was a breakup, separation, or divorce, it even needs to be even clearer, the communication. It needs to be written down. What are the expectations this time around? What are not feasible expectations? Because the love could be here, but are the lifestyles very different, or are the goals very different? So that is what this is coming through. And it says eternal renewal in the cycle of life, understanding breeds hope for the next step. So, in order for this to unfold in 2026 and not have it occur into a mismatch, then you both need to see and understand what needs to be discussed in order to bring this idea of the relationship of being together into fruition. There are very tough conversations that need to take place. If those tough conversations cannot take place now, it's already telling you there's a mismatch here. Okay? So that's going to be super, super duper important for both of you to do. Okay? So now I'm going to do this, and I'm going to put it individually here, and then we're going to continue to jump into the reading. Let's see what else is coming through here. All right, rose quartz, let's see here. Let me take a look at your question again. What is possibly going on within the connection between Tony and rose quartz within 2026 in regards to their relationship? So what is possibly going on with the connection between rose quartz and Tony within 2026 in regards to their relationship, their connection? By the way, these two cards came up in the reverse, okay? So let's see. Let's take a look here. Let's start with the crossed paths. A mismatch of intentions, clashing perspectives, journey misled, seeks alignment. There's a reason why something didn't work out at some point in time. And in order for this not to repeat itself, it's super important for that clarity to come through in a very deep conversation. I'm telling you, if that deep conversation doesn't give clarity, and no, there isn't space for no, I just need more time. I'm telling you, if not, this is going to be the string along type of relationship here. So you don't want that, right? You want clarity that has to be spoken about, because it's coming across as if not, it's going to be a very big mismatch. Okay? Look at this. What I'm, hello. Exactly what I was talking about. Bridging differences. There we go. What does bridging differences say? It says cultural differences This could be cultural differences. This could be differences of what love is. This could be differences of um, love languages. This could be differences of I want to be a parent. No, I don't want to be a parent. This could be differences of different family values, different family upbringing. Okay. There could be a whole slew of differences. And like I said, if these differences are not discussed in thorough, concrete type of let's get to the bottom of this, 2026 may be mismatched. However, if there is this energy of having this conversation, writing out this right here, then there may be hope here for that clarity. My opinion, okay, I think therapy would be super important to do in order to see the clarity of some differences here that may have caused a breakup, separation, or divorce if there was one already. Because when the breakup happens once, it's 75% more chance of it breaking up again for the same reason. Okay? So that's why this is coming across as like red flag, red flag. It's super important for this to happen in order for that not to happen. You see what I'm saying? So let's see what else is coming through here. Pretending to be fine. You may, hold on. Either you or Tony here in 2026, throughout the relationship of 2026, there may be a strong outward appearance of everything being okay, but in reality, there may be something here that needs to be discussed or needs to be brought to light. And there's a little bit of this energy of being afraid to bring this topic, to broach this topic, or to be very honest about it, because there's this fear of like, maybe we will end up breaking up if I mention this. But here's the thing, if that fear already exists, I'm already telling you that's something for you to look at very closely. Okay, because at this point, in regards to this connection, this is how I'm feeling. I'm telling you, this is the energy that I'm picking up. This is at a point of either yes, we're on board on the same thing, or we're not. And if we are, this is wonderful. Let's talk about all these differences that we have. Let's talk about how we're going to resolve those differences. Let's talk about even differences that haven't come up now, but may come up in the near future. How are we going to handle this? How are we going to handle this? How would we handle that? How is this going to, that's that type of thing. Because again, there's this energy of like, yeah, I'm so in love, or yes, I'm so intertwined into the feeling of my connection, right? Of the connection, but I'm kind of skipping on the energy here of really going down deep in the nitty-gritty type of energy. How does Tony feel about money? How do you feel about money? How do you feel about his career? How does he feel about your career? Okay. How about children? How do you feel about children? How does he feel about children? How do you feel about marriage? Some people believe in marriage. Some people don't. Some people, what are your feelings on engagement? Some people just want to be engaged forever and that's enough for them, and other people don't. Like, those are the questions. How do you deal with different cultures? How are we going to handle? You see what I'm saying? If and when a child is born, how are we going to deal with this whatever situation? And I know a lot of people have a tendency to escape this conversation and say, well, if we get to talk about that, then it just becomes a very pessimistic type of conversation. Well, honey, let me tell you, if that's what you think, I'm going to tell you something. It's better to talk about it up front. It's better to talk about those tough situations up front, even if they haven't happened yet, because you want to know, if this person that I am building a future with, are we aligned in our joint goal? Do we have the same goal at the end of this ride? Or do we not? Okay. So, it's having those tough conversations. Okay. Making sure that we're just not smiling our way through and turning a blind eye on potential mismatch energies here. Okay. All right, let's get more information here and clarity on differences and crossed paths. Thinking man. Very important to have that kind of thinking involved here throughout 2026, that these conversations are clear, like the clear quartz here, okay? That nothing seems too rattled up or, rumbled up, okay? 2026, I feel for the both of you, in regards to your relationship, is going to be a year of clarity, a year to really know, is this the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with? Or is this a person who, even though as much as we both love each other, there may be something here that we just can't agree on? So it's that kind of like moment of truth here for the both of you. And I've been feeling that since the top of the reading, because there's this energy of like, this is a moment. Either we're in it to win it. And if we are, we need to figure out what this means, what it entails, the responsibility it puts on you, and the responsibility it puts on him, and how both of you are going to juggle that responsibility, and how you're going to, clear the differences. Okay. Let's take a look at the next set of cards here. Oh, actually, yes, yep, let's go over here. 2026 relationship here, Rose Quartz and Tony. 2026. What is possibly going on here in this relationship between Rose Quartz and Tony? 2026. Making sure you're not falling into self-sabotaging thoughts or limited beliefs. Making sure that Tony isn't falling into self-sabotaging thoughts or limited beliefs. Okay. All right. Not feeling like, okay, if I am not with this person, then there's no one out there for me. Being very honest about where you are both in regards to how you feel about. Could be some self-sabotaging thoughts or limited beliefs. There could be a little bit of ego or pride or fear of intimacy or fear of abandonment that may. Hey, what's going on, baby? You okay? My dog is dreaming over there. That may cause a little bit of frustration. Okay. So again, keeping an eye out for whatever that may be. Okay. 2026 reading here for Rose Quartz and Tony. Let's see what's coming through. Okay, we have two more decks, and then we're going to close the reading. Okay, let's see what's coming through. Ooh, okay, let's see what's coming through. This is the card that wanted to jump out. You want to be happy, then you need to clear what needs to be cleared in the connection so that you can live your happily ever after. If not, there's going to be a problem up ahead. Same exact thing I just said. I don't know how many times, but again, that's exactly what's come through again. Okay? You and Tony want to have a very optimistic, happy connection and relationship. Did you need to clear up what those differences are and what things are not working? You can no longer turn a blind eye on whatever that may be, because if you do, it's going to result in something not moving forward. Okay? So there you go. Happy, happy, clean it up so that we could be, there you go, soulmate, so we can get to where we want to get. That's the goal, right? The goal is being together at the end. But guess what? You have to clean up whatever's not working, because if not, these are going to be the two choices. Either you guys are going to end up together because you're doing the work and getting the clarity that you need in order to make those important decisions in regards to your connection and being very honest with yourselves and each other. Or if not, it's going to be a mismatch of intentions and something is not going to move forward. Okay. Not for you. Okay. So again, validation, confirmation, and what I was picking up, and making sure that in those conversations, we're not focusing on those self-sabotaging thoughts or limited beliefs. Okay. Meaning, if something doesn't sound like it's aligned with my purpose or my belief or what I want, I am not going to turn a blind eye and just say okay just because I just want to say okay, just because I'm afraid that I'm going to lose someone that I love. Okay. Because if it's not this person, it could be someone else. That goes for him and for you. But if you both want it to work, again, you got to clean that up. This energy right here, cultural differences or any other differences that may have created a breakup, separation, or divorce the first time around. Okay. Cross paths. Again, a mismatch in, alignment here. And again, here with eternal renewal in the cycle of life, understanding breeds hope for what comes next. Okay, so it breeds hope, but there needs to be a sense of clarity in order for both of you to make up the choice here, or to see where the chips are going to fall in 2026. Is it going to be this, or is it going to be this? Right? Wow. Very, very much aligned to what I was picking up in the reading. All right, let's take a look here, Rose Quartz, at give me 1 second here. Hold on. Where's that? Okay. Is it here? Yes. Okay. All right. Let's take a look. Give me the light side and the light side and the shadow side of 2026 in regards to this connection with Rose Quartz and Tony, this relationship between the both. The light and the shadow. Okay. The shadow side is in the formative stage, immature, being hungry. Okay. Making sure that you're not holding on, or that both of you are not holding on to each other just because, again, there's a self-sabotaging thought or limited belief about, if it's not this person, it can't be someone else. And there could be here a sense of codependency, right? Let's take a look at the light side or the bright side of the reading. The bright side says, yes, dreams can take flight, fluttering around, busy. Okay, there you go. Again, same message here, the shadow and the light. Okay, so it's basically saying the same thing. One is about, the yes is a white dove, so it's inner peace. Okay, so how do you know that things are moving along? Well, because you could have those conversations. Those conversations have been had. Things are flowing nicely. There's a sense of forgiveness, a reconciliation, a sense of like, okay, I feel at peace. I'm not stressed about whatever. There's just, it's going nice and easy and nice and flowing. Here with the shadow side, it feels like it's still stagnant, like something isn't growing, like something isn't moving. Communication is shut. There's a coldness. There's not concrete, concrete answers. They're just kind of vague. Here, it's not. The conversation is free flowing and it's decisive. It's busy because we're having an interaction, we're talking, we're getting to know, we're finding out, and we're free to be ourselves. This, not the case. Okay, so that's the shadow and the light side. That being said, rose quartz, let's take a look at what mindset both of you need to have in order to maximize here this 2026 energy. I don't know if there's this I don't know if this is the right quote, but there's a quote that I think that I've heard, like, miscommunication breeds contempt. So just make sure, again, that the tough conversations are being discussed, explored, and cleaned up, right? Like, you're getting a clear, straightforward answer, okay? And that you're giving a clear, straightforward answer, okay? Other than that, this is a beautiful, happy reading here. Again, let's see. You have here, I create my own path. So the energy here is as follows. You create your own path, whether both of you choose to stay together and work on these energies that I channeled before, or whether one of you or both of you choose to go in a different direction. Either way, it says, I create my own path. So we could create it together or we could create it apart. Either way, we're going to be honest with ourselves. So, very interesting, because this question says, in what ways do we differ from those? Like, in what ways does Tony differ from you and you differ from Tony? So that's talking about the differences here in this question. The second question is, how do we celebrate those differences? How do you manage, you meaning both of you, how do you guys manage those differences? I'm not making it up. It does say different there, okay? So how do you guys manage your differences? And that's going to give you a clarity here on what this energy may unfold here potentially in 2026 for the both of you. Last but not least, okay, let's see here. Who's up next? Don't go anywhere, Rose Quartz. I have to close your reading. Takia. Okay, so Takia, you are up next. Takia, what was your question? I don't see the question here. Takia, would you mind just giving a look at the example questions that I have there, the examples, and then can you write the question for me now? Because you're going to go up next, okay, my dear? I didn't want to say it too early because then I lose the thread here. All right, so Rose Quartz, advice for the both of you here for 2026 in your relationship. Tony with you, you with Tony. Be real. Wow. Since the top of the reading, this has been coming through. This is the theme. Be your authentic self. Didn't I just say and channel that message here with the bird with its open wings? Like I said, there's movement, there's inner peace. You're being yourself. He's being himself. Here with the shadow side, there's a sense of restraint. There's a sense of not communicating as effectively. There's a different energy. And look at that. Look at the message that I'm going to read for you. It says, be real. This is for both of you. Enough. No more hiding yourself. I'm going to stop there. Didn't I say at the top of the reading that I was picking up the energy here where it's like the time has come to either we're together or we're not? It's like that critical moment where it's like we're either doing and being on board or we're not. Because either way, with you or without you, I need to create my own path. Whether we can create a path together or we can create a path apart. Exactly what's come through here. Soulmates. And then not for you. Okay? So there you go. Let's read here what Be Real says. Enough. No more hiding yourself. Loudly voice your inner thoughts. Now, it doesn't mean screaming, but it just means to be firm and to be direct. There needs to be that firm and direct communication here about that. It says, loudly voice your inner thoughts. Uphold your truth. Like I said, don't just smile at something and be like, okay, you could take a look, Takia, you could take a look at the description box, my love. It says it there. In case I didn't put in my apologies. Take a look at the description box. Okay, okay, gotcha. All right. So this is not, just making it seem like everything's okay, hunky-dory, when in reality it's not, right? So here it says, loudly voice your inner thoughts, uphold your truth. When you speak up, you'll enter a higher vibrational level. Yeah, because it's of truth and of clarity. Because having those conversations that are difficult are going to allow both of you to clear the air, clear your assumptions, clear the misunderstanding. And later on, no one can blame each other. He can't blame you. You can't blame him. There's no blame game here. Okay? If someone or both of you make a commitment and a vow to be with each other, then that's the vow and the commitment. So you need to be informed of what that is and how that's going to look, so that there is this energy here of not only clarity, but also one of high vibrational, so that whatever needs to be cleared is cleared. That being said, I hope, Rose Quartz, these messages have been insightful. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, share, and continue to subscribe to the channel. Up next, we have Takia. Becoming a mother. Okay, so I don't really do pregnancy questions, but do you want, let's take a look here about, all right, let's see how that's going to come through here. Let's see what comes through. I don't know. I don't do pregnancy questions, but it sounds more like a, all right, let's see motherhood. What motherhood may look like for you. Let's see what comes through. Okay, my dear. All right. But first, intuitive friends, I want to thank each and every one of you for your love, your loyalty, and your support. Thank you so much for being here today. And don't forget to take a look at my my links down below. Links down below. You have my credentials, my client testimonials. And for those of you who would like a private reading, that information is there for you as well. Intuitive friends, my name is Lexa Tarot, and I am a second-degree Reiki practitioner, as well as an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. And if you are interested in learning more about me, my client testimonials, or my credentials, just take a look down below in the description box. Don't forget, intuitive friends, that the March readings are already posted. So if you're interested in finding out what may be possibly opening up for you or unfolding, or what you may be leveling up towards, then take a look at the monthly readings, which are all pick a card readings. Okay, all of them are pick a card. So let your intuition guide you to the information or to the group that may have messages for you for the month of March. Intuitive friends, the more you know about your placements on your astrological natal chart, the more messages you can take a look at. If you know what your Venus is, you'll take a look at your Venus. Venus has a lot to do with love, things of that. So who do you have in your Venus? Which sign do you have in your Venus? In regards to communication, that would be Mercury. What sign is in your Mercury on your astrological natal chart? Okay. So lots there for you to take a look at. Don't forget about your pick a card reading for the astrological 2026 new year. I did a pick a card reading where it focuses on the closing of Pisces season, the opening of Aries season, and what your potential and power may be in regards to 2026, energy. All right, so take a look at that as well. That being said, let's see here. Rose Quartz said, thank you very much. You're very welcome, Rose Quartz. Thank you for your love, your loyalty, and support. I wish you the very best in your connection. All right. Up next, we have Takia. Takia, what is possibly going on? Ooh, I didn't even finish. Wow. That's exactly what's going on. You're trying to figure it out. It says future choice judgment. What may be possibly unfolding here in regards to motherhood for you? To being a mother soon. I'm going to tell you something here with this Futura card. It's coming across as divine timing. It may be something about the future. It may be in the cards for you to have children in the near future. I don't feel it's like tomorrow. It's not coming across as like, boom. There's divine timing at play here. Divine timing is going to be at play in regards to this. But let's see what else is coming through. I told you I don't do pregnancy readings like that. I don't. So this is more about like I'm gonna take it as motherhood. Okay, what may be possibly soon unfolding here in regards to motherhood. But yeah, let's see what else is coming through. Ooh, the one who hopes. Love, hope, and relationship. It's coming across. Is it going to be soon? I don't know what soon means to you. Soon to you may be a very different soon to the universe. I do feel that there is divine timing at play here. Okay. So there may be a little bit more waiting than what you expected, or a little bit more waiting. Don't lose hope though. If conceiving has been difficult, and I don't know if it has or if it hasn't, but if conceiving has been difficult, don't lose hope. Okay? The one or she who hopes, she who divines. She who divines is about the future. It's about the choices involved here. Now, in the Futura card here, they have La Mort, which is the death card in tarot. So it's ending or closing of something. It's like something needs to be closed in order for something else to be reopened here. I don't know if you have a connection right now at this moment in time or you don't, but it's going to be very important here. The type of relationship you either are having now with your partner or your spouse or your significant other, if that is the person you want to have children with, or if there isn't someone now, but you're kind of like asking in a very open-ended way, it's going to be very, very important that the connection that you have with whomever you want to build a family with, or maybe you want to be a mom on your own. Maybe this isn't, maybe not even having to do with being in a relationship. Maybe you want to do IVF by yourself. I don't know. Maybe you want to freeze your eggs. Maybe, I don't know, whatever this may be here. This is talking about the death card in tarot. Now, the death card in tarot is ruled by Scorpio. Okay. So there may be a lot of emotions that are very tied to this question, to this, next step. I am getting that there's a sense of letting things ride out their natural course. but there's something here about ending something, or there's this energy about really paying attention to the deep change that is going to be necessary in regards to either children or motherhood. Okay. So there could even be just a lot of, like, maybe, I don't know, you're having issues getting pregnant with a partner, but this is talking about just letting the course, like letting things take its natural course. I'm also getting here emotional rebirth as well. Okay, so I'm getting this sense of like there's some things that may be out of your control. Okay, and this is why I'm getting this energy of like, you got to see how this unfolds here, you know, because the death card in tarot is the ending of a cycle. Okay. So maybe the ending of the cycle of worrying about having children, or the ending of the cycle of, you know, whatever that may mean to you. Because I'm not getting a clear, like, this is going to be when. I'm getting more, it's open ended. There's something about some changes needing to occur here. So I don't know if it's changes in, you know, how you eat, changes in regards to the stress, like changes, like especially if you're stressing too much about it and you are having some fertility issues. There's this kind of like letting, kind of like easing up on that, not losing hope. Well, let's see what else is coming through here. Give me more here on She Who Divines, or the future of the motherhood energy here for Takia. Ooh, something flipped over. And we have here the seventh chakra. Seventh chakra is the crown chakra. There's this energy of clearing your mind, or clearing your thoughts in regards to this issue. I don't know if this, you know, this question has been lingering a lot in your mind, or if there's some fertility issues that may be here, and that you're really stressed and concerned about. But with the seventh chakra, I'm getting here, you need to let go of the worries about this, because worrying about it is not really allowing you to go with more inner peace here. I'm getting here something about decisions, and I don't know if you've been, or maybe you've seen a doctor already. Maybe this is something that's been ongoing. You know, I'm getting something about getting like, especially if you get like a diagnosis, or you get some type of information from one doctor, to always follow up with a second opinion. Okay. Because I'm getting here this meaning more like the clarity of the mind, but also I'm getting here like getting further information, getting more knowledge, getting more information about something, especially if there are some, you know, like conceiving, like if it's taking longer than you expected, you may want to go to a second, or have a second opinion here. All right, let's see what's coming through. All right, the garden gates. The garden gate here is this energy of getting out of your comfort zone. Now, getting out of your comfort zone in regards to love, hope, and relationships, I'm getting here that there may be multiple ways, especially, and again, I don't know if this is the case. I'm just going to channel what comes through. And of course, as you know, this is for entertainment purposes only. But it's coming through as this energy here where there may be different ways of getting around the challenges here about being a mother, or motherhood, okay, or conceiving. There may be many different ways, and you might have to think outside of the box. And how that's coming through here, like thinking outside of the box, not losing hope. If one physician says one thing, go to another and get a second opinion. And heck, get even a third opinion if you need to. if it gives you the sense of clarity of what it is that you are working with in regards to motherhood. Okay. But never lose hope in the process. And I'm also getting that there are multiple ways in order to go around this, or go around, especially if there's like some type of challenge or it's becoming difficult. Yeah. Let's see what else is coming through here. Give me 1 second. All right, let's go over here. Okay, let's get more clarity. Okay, the moment I said that, TikTok came up. All right. Yeah, there's this energy here of like there's something having to do with divine timing. I said it at the top of the reading, it keeps coming up. Divine timing is at play here. Divine timing is so at play with this topic here about motherhood. Get yourself different opinions here. If a doctor already gave you a set of advice or a set of like a diagnosis or some clarity on why this may be taking a while, go to another doctor and get a second opinion. I keep getting like get a second and get a third if need be. Now, I feel that about getting a second opinion or a third opinion needs to happen a little quicker. Like, especially if this has been something that's been going on for quite some time, it's time, or let's just say you haven't even gone to the doctor about questioning what this is, but it's been on your mind. Where let's say you and your partner, you or your spouse, you've been trying for the past year or 2 years and nothing's going on. It's time for you to speed up and get that clarity that you need. Okay? Because there's something here about getting information from a doctor and getting like an OBGYN and getting information here, not just by one person, but also having another one. Before there's a clear, defined definition of whatever this may be talking about here for you. Imagine. Yeah, there's a lot of hoping, wishing, desiring, calling into the energy field about wanting to have a child or being a mother. And it's coming through here with this Imagine card. This is coming through as, again, they're going to be either different ways to solve this topic. And whatever those ways are, it's going to require divine timing is going to be at play, but also a lot of knowledge and clarity on something in regards to maybe the reproductive system, maybe the timing of things. So going to a doctor and getting a second or third, opinion to make sure all three or both are saying the same thing, that is something that needs to happen right away. Like that's something that needs to be in motion already. Because there's a lot of desire here. And there's an energy here of saying, there's a lot of like wanting to be a mother, like love for children, hoping for children. So don't lose hope in the process. Just get yourself to the right people, to the right information, to the right doctors, so that you can really assess the next step here. All right, let's see here. All right, so I have two more. I have this one and then I have two more. Okay. But divine timing is at play here. If you haven't gone to a physician, OBGYN, you should. Because that TikTok, yes, is divine timing for me, but it's also like if you haven't done the preliminary steps, super important for you to get yourself on board with the right knowledge, the right information, the right people, the right doctors, the right validating one doctor's opinion with another doctor's opinion so that you have a very clear kind of like overview of what's going on here. All right, Takia, let's see what else is coming through. Let's get more clarity. And then we're going to take a look at what mindset you need to have. Embrace the change. Embrace change and welcome new possibilities. Again, embrace. I know it's going to be difficult here because you want a clear answer, but you're going to need to go to different doctors to cross-check information here. Okay? There's something here about making choices of like which doctors to go, where to get a second opinion, where to, who can enlighten, give more clarity or light in regards to this situation. And also be prepared to welcome new or different ways, like I said at the mid reading here, to get out of your comfort zone and look at other possible ways to be a parent or be a mother, because that's also coming through here for you. Okay. All right. So let's see what mindset you need to have in order to maximize this energy here in regards to what you've been wishing, hoping, and desiring about in regards to motherhood and children. What mindset does Takia need to be in order to maximize this energy? All right, Takia, let's see what else is coming through for you. And Takia's our last reading. It says, I am enough. Okay. There may be some thoughts that you may be having about because I'm not a mom or because it hasn't happened on the time frame that I've been expecting or wanting. And especially if people are asking, like, when are you planning to have kids? When are you planning to have kids? Understanding that there is this energy around that it's like, you're enough, whether you're a mother or you're not, right? And I'm not saying that you're not going to be. I'm just saying either way, to embrace that you are enough being who you are right now at this moment in time. Okay. And to also embrace the fact that, yes, especially the stress of people asking you or people, maybe even for yourself, like this is something that you want to do. This is a milestone in your life that you want to reach. You are enough, even if it takes a while longer, or even if it's been a little bit of a challenging task. You are enough. I know at times there's this sense of feeling like I'm failing at this, or me and my partner are failing at this because it's not happening in the way that we would want it to happen. And there may be additional possible help. There are different ways of going around, conceiving children now and of making your own family. So not allowing this challenge here to feel like you're not enough, just because other people keep saying, well, when are you having kids? When are you having kids? When are you having kids? And you could be very honest with people and say, you know what? If you care about me, and you care about my emotional health and my mental health, please don't ask me when I'm having children. It will happen in the right time. It will happen in its divine time. But if you are with a partner and you have been struggling with this issue, this is talking about it's time to start moving things along to getting to the right physician, OBGYN, and specialist in order for you to get more clarity in regards to what may be possibly going on here. And also to go to several. Okay, so go to one doctor, get their opinion, get all their findings, then go to another doctor just to make sure that you're getting the right information. Okay. And should there be different ways to have to get to motherhood, there are many different ways to get to motherhood. Okay. And this is not just one way of doing it or one way of seeing it. There are multiple ways to have to increase family and children, okay, within a connection, within a partnership, and even with yourself if you just want to have children on your own. Saying don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. Okay. All right. So let's take a look here at your last and final card. Let me see something here. Yeah, what does enough mean to you? What are some reminders I can give myself when I start to feel inadequate? Yeah, that's a really good one. The moment that you start feeling a little bit insecure or inadequate, or like you're not enough in regards to the connection of motherhood and children and family planning, this is saying here to think about this question. What are some reminders I can give myself when I start feeling inadequate about that? Or when I start feeling like I'm not enough. So again, like I said, you could be very transparent with people and tell them, just in a very clear way, listen, that's not helping me. If you care about me and you love me, just don't bring up that topic because I just, it just makes me sad because I may be having some difficulty or it just may be taking some time. Like, share with people what you want to share. Okay. Or share nothing at all. That's fine too. But I'm feeling here to get your thoughts into the perspective of hope rather than something not happening. Okay. Or feeling bad because it's taking too long to happen. Ooh, something just popped out on its own. Let's see what's coming through. Reflect. You're being asked to reflect on your recent choices. What lessons have they taught you? Reflection is the mirror to your soul's growth. Use it to deepen your understanding and intuition. Yeah, so I feel not only is it your intuition here that this is talking about reflecting, but also reflect on the tangible evidence or whatever the doctor has been talking about. There may be here some changes that may need to occur, whether changes in eating, whether it's nutrition, whether it's stress pattern, whether it's some procedures that need to occur in order for something to make way for the miracle of life, which is what I'm getting here with this imagine. Okay. And I wouldn't be even surprised if you've had a dream about children already or being pregnant. So if you have, that is your guides giving you a clear indication that, again, that's going to happen in its due time, but don't lose hope about it. Okay. That being said, Takia, I hope these messages have brought some type of clarity in regards to your question. And I do wish you the very best here. I hope that this is given some type of clarity. Again, there's a lot coming up in regards to divine timing, but a lot came through in regards to the process of it. Okay. In regards to finding the right doctors, finding the right, specialists, maybe even therapists. Maybe you might need someone to talk to that's not family or friends because sometimes, they're not trained. They're not a trained professional. They're not a trained counselor, right? So maybe even in that way, kind of being able to share what you're thinking and how you're feeling about this topic of motherhood with a licensed therapist or a counselor, someone that you can vent to, as well as the physical part, right? going to the doctor, going to the OBGYN, getting the certain tests done, making sure that you get all the information from that one doctor, and then going to cross check it with another doctor, maybe going to another one just to make sure, and then allowing yourself to kind of like see, okay, what's going on here? And then again, not losing hope in the process. Takia, I hope these messages have been insightful. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, share, and continue to subscribe to the channel. I wish you the very best and the of course luck here in this from this reading. Intuitive friends, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so that you could join me during the free mini readings here for you for today. That being said, intuitive friends, take care, have a good one, and again, thank you, Ascending Universal Butterfly, for your help. Bye, intuitive friends. I'll see you next time.